Well, that's cool because no one's going to kill each other from this point on, right? This is the last class trial. Because we're all gonna escape together, right? Taylor?
Sure, buddy.
Byakuya would never kill me. He loves me. He wants me to be his secretary, inverted commas.
His little coffee boy.
Let's roll a d20 to see how much Byakuya loves me. It's a natural one.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dancy Plays. I am Dancy, this is my friend Larson. I am dragging him through the Danganronpa franchise. We are on Chapter 4, Sakura just died, and we are about to solve the case of her murder. As per tradition, I'm going to ask Larson who he thinks did the do.
Oh, I didn't think about this.
Not a single thought in that head.
I don't... See, this is tough.
Yeah.
Or at least I can get my brain juices going by bopping to this absolutely headbanging jam that we only get when people die.
Yeah, they only give us the bangers whenever someone's been banged.
I mean, when you put it like that, it makes me think it was Hina.
Editing Taylor, is it possible for you to make that sound less raunchy? Okay, thank you.
Oh dear. So, this one's complicated. I don't want to blame Byakuya. He's my innocent boy. He wouldn't do anything wrong, not to anyone. I mean, have you seen the way he reacted every time we said anything sincere about anyone? He's always like, "Oh, you disgust me. Oh, you people are beneath me." He would never possibly kill someone like Sakura. Totally.
Even though he's hated her this entire chapter.
I'm inclined to believe that Hina and Kyoko are gonna make it very far throughout the game with me.
I mean, we are already very far into the game. After this, there are 2 more chapters.
Well, I mean, like, further. I feel like they're gonna make it to, like, next to the end.
Yeah,
so I don't really doubt either of them.
Yeah. Do you think they're end game?
Out relationships, yeah.
You literally said at the beginning of, like, either this chapter or the beginning of last chapter that you thought Hina was gonna die.
Well, now that Sakura's dead, I mean, that kind of shifts gears.
Just one or the other.
That kind of changes a lot now. Now she has a reason to fight. Before I thought she was giving up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Character development. Kill one off to push another forward.
So I'm like, So, I mean, also, I just think Hiro is still just too stupid to do anything.
Yeah.
I
think you're forgetting that Toko exists again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it could only be Toko, but I feel like that's also the obvious choice.
Yeah.
Every time someone dies, I'm like, I feel like it's obvious to suspect Toko, but like, I honestly do kind of, but like, this also could be like a double murder situation where Byakuya was somehow involved. And, the same thing I said probably another chapter.
Yeah. Well, Genocide Jack only kills boys she finds cute.
But also, it could be possible that Toko, like actual Toko, killed Sakura. Like, not
That is
Genocide.
true.
Is the thing. Because it could be very easy for her to get away with it, because if she just says Genocide Jack for the whole trial,
And
or
that
for the
is,
whole investigation.
yeah, and that is a potential curveball they can throw in.
So that's my current theory, I guess.
Alright, your current unconfident theory is that Toko did it.
Is that Toko, actual Toko did it, not Genocide Jack?
Yeah. Well, we better
Because
get into that.
she's a writer, right? Because, like, surely she would have, like... Is she a writer? What is she? Hold on.
She's like the ultimate writer or something like that. She writes novels.
She's like the ultimate novelist.
Ultimate writing prodigy.
So, like... I feel like the reason why she's a really good murderous fiend is because, like, in her actual life, she's a writing prodigy, right? So surely she's written, like, mysteries, right?
Yeah, she mainly focuses on romance novels, but I'm sure one of those romance novels has had, like, a murder subplot.
Poison. Yeah. Poison, especially, right?
Yeah.
The plot thickens. If you would. Haha, get it? Because she's a writer. I'd better check them on Akuma file for anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 o'clock noon. The body was... Wait, what time is it? It doesn't say, we don't have times. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. I mean, the chem lab is open. She obviously... I mean, I've been talking this whole chapter. Like, someone's gonna get poisoned. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think the case this time might be a challenge.
Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door.
So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words...
This is a classic locked room murder.
I've never heard of that before. But locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. In books, you say? Really? But could it have really happened in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails?
Yes. Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations.
So for all that, we'd have to check the chair. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
Poison gas. Oh?
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside.
Or a dart gun of some kind, maybe.
You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through the gap of the door, something like that.
However,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it.
Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up.
Well, what do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group.
But no one was in the room? We were in here for a while.
They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that.
Sounds like did we ever check behind the door after we came in the room?
No, we just ran immediately to Sakura.
Shit. Yeah, someone could have very easily just hidden behind the fucking door, and we just not seen them. That's some bullshit. God damn it. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
The fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all.
Yeah, they could have just been inside holding the fucking handle.
In other
Not a locked
words,
room.
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room.
Oh, or that. Yeah, I guess so.
You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible.
I mean, we've already seen one hidden room. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes.
I don't know. I think we should look around.
So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics.
So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. First, we actually need to look around for the clues instead of just trying to guess without looking at anything.
But I like guessing.
But right now, I can't really say.
I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. My man, he's here. What the fuck is that? I somehow had a plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So,
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty.
Sorry I interrupted you, Kyoko. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange.
Someone could have poisoned the powder beforehand. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can?
Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't scattered around the can, they're also underneath it.
Oh, why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it.
Thanks, Kyoko.
I feel like it'll become an important clue later on.
An important clue. I'm not sure how I see how. Damn, Makoto's fucking stupid.
For real.
Same shelf full of magazines. Throws all different kinds of magazines here. I'm gonna look at stuff on the wall. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle.
Why is this important? Huh?
You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You never seen that?
Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma bottle, if you will.
Can you buy one of these in real life? Why is this important? What the fuck? Oh, I thought that was a vent right there. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine. It must have come from Sakura, right? That doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? There were shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Glass is all red. Oh, I see why it's important now. And these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. A bottle! Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The figure we found on the ground. And the red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. She's got blood on her feet. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
huh?
Ah, that's...
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
So you gave that candy to Sakura. That means you're the killer.
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back into my room. I made sure no one else could get their hands on them.
You really like them that much?
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor.
Hina. Wow. Well, I didn't want to talk to you.
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or a hero. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Bitch! Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
What? What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own.
This is getting good.
But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She'd asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon.
By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this would have never happened.
Oh, Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. That's one hell of an account.
Yeah, goddamn.
But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she'd asked them to come to the rec room at noon, and the same time and place she ended up dying. Might be good to confirm what I just heard. To confirm what I'd heard with the three of them. Jesus Christ. Byakuya, you didn't do it, did you?
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Make it quick.
I just realized almost everyone I talk to now you have a voice.
Yeah.
Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room?
So you found out. Interesting.
Then it's true.
I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what is said and risk being killed by that monster?
So you didn't go see her?
Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all.
Of course, I knew you didn't do it. Yeah, I'll pretend like that's what Makoto said. Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight.
Okay, thanks. I knew he was innocent. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. It's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Oh. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood?
Not
Maybe
a
she threw
chance.
Oh, okay, Byakuya. Byakuya?
That's
However,
fine.
your eyes have landed on a most interesting location.
Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree?
No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. What were you doing, Gyoko?
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed,
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
and she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit.
Ultimate martial artist.
So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand?
They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. I mean, look at the rest of us. We're all skinny as fuck.
That is true. Toko is too. I think that's just the thing that would catch her off guard. Like, what is this? The locker's open and there on the inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing in there?
See, she could have sneezed from the dust, and then it was Genocide Jack, and then they don't remember doing it. Perfect cover-up. It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra.
So then, maybe the killer hid in there until the locked room was open, don't you think? Everyone show me your hands! And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
I have a perception of 24. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room. We looked inside of the room, right?
Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. Right, so they took the dust for their hands.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? I'm putting it all together, Taylor. I'm a fucking genius.
And we will unpack your genius next time on Dancy Plays. Good night,
Hell yeah.
everyone.